So, you're writing a sitcom. That's a half-hour comedy like Friends, Brooklyn Nine-Nine or Fawlty Towers. And you're trying to get your head around stuff that you've read in books about writing. There's something called character development. How do I do that in a sitcom? Easy. Don't do it. Trust me, I've been writing sitcoms for the BBC for the last 20 years. Your characters do not develop. Not in a sitcom. Your characters stay the same. Because they have the same fundamental desire week after week. They want to be loved or needed or respected or proved right, or they want order to their lives or excitement, or they yearn for freedom, or they want to be safe, or they want peace. Whatever it is, that's it. That's what they want, and that's what they will always want. But what about their hero's journey, I hear you cry? Stories have to have a 3-act structure, don't they? Yes, kind of. I know. I've written over 100 episodes of sitcoms for the BBC, so I've thought about this a lot, and I've even done a PowerPoint of it. So here we go. The hero, he or she, hears the call to adventure, refuses it, finds a mentor, something happens, they accept the call, leave home and go into the woods, where there are lions and tigers and bears, oh my, trials, temptations and ordeals, leading to a dark night of the soul. The hero essentially dies to their old self and is reborn, permanently transformed for the experience and ready to face the final battle in order to return home. Great, add some jokes and I'm in. That's a funny movie. That's not a sitcom. A sitcom takes place entirely in Act 2. Your characters are permanently trapped between leaving home and being reborn. It's Act 2 forever. Round and round and round they go. Each week they have a quest, but no matter what they do, they don't break out of their situation or their lives or their relationships and fulfill their dreams because of who they are, because of their fears, because of their desires, because of their relationships or family situation. They can't walk away from those relationships. They're trapped in a sitcom. That's a sitcom. There's no character development. So stop trying to develop your character in a sitcom. And if that seems a bit unrealistic or contrived to you, I would say this. Sitcoms are more true to life than movies. We are living in a sitcom because people don't change. They don't leave home and go on big quests and come back different people. You hope they'll be different, but they're not. They go on holiday and come back exactly the same, except slightly sunburnt with some undrinkable form of alcohol. And you know what? You're the same too. You have the same conversations with the same people on a weekly basis. That's a sitcom. If you want to think about this more, you should listen to the very first episode of my new podcast called The Stand-Up Theologian. That's me, I'm the stand-up theologian. And I'm talking to Nate Morgan Locke, who's a reformed mythologist. He's convinced me that that's a thing. And he's been thinking about story a lot, and particularly seeing how it applies to the one big story we find in the Bible. Warning, the podcast contains mild Jesus references and scenes of a biblical nature. Not that kind of biblical nature. You guys, honestly. Anyway, it's an audio podcast. It's not on YouTube, so go over and have a listen to the Stand-Up Theologian podcast on most of your regular podcast apps, and you will find out why we've got a picture of Basil Fawlty beating the living daylights out of a DeLorean. Or you could click the link below.